We, the undersigned employees of IGN, are appalled by the recent management decision to subvert our editorial autonomy and remove a post directing aid to Palestinian civilians currently suffering humanitarian crisis in Gaza, the West Bank, and Jerusalem. Rise up, gamers! Rise up, gamers! Throw down the shackles of your controllers! Rise up! It is your time now! Man, we're gonna undo all the damage that Gamergate did. All of it. All of it. Gamers are now back! Oh, we're back, baby. Yes, the gamers are back. Hey, y'all are gamers, right? Y'all like to game? You're a bunch of gaming gamers. Well, welcome. Welcome everybody. This of course is a story of sorts. I've said that it's unusual right now that we're seeing a different tonal shift, if you will. The Overton window, I feel, has been pushed effectively to the left a little bit, where it's now safe to say things out loud that would get you Jeremy Corbyn back in the day. But you know, even saying free Palestine maybe 10 years ago was enough to be basically Adolf Hitler, you know? If you'd said that, it'd be like, well, yeah, you're pretty much a genocidal maniac. That's all there is to it. If you had said things like apartheid, for example, that one's real bad. That one's super bad. Then you're basically Hitler's mom. And then if you had said the word genocide, well then, I mean, ultimately you're pretty much Eva Braun at that point, or Hitler's dog. Yeah, if you had said genocide, you're basically Hitler's dog. So obviously the times have changed, you know. Come gather around, children, it's high time we learned. And this is one of those things where it would have been beyond the pale for gaming companies like IGN, one of the largest gaming media conglomerates, reporting on issues pertaining to the gamers, for them to have done this. They put a Palestinian flag in their motherfucking banner, son. I find this so strange, not for any reason other than IGN's seemingly increasingly need to shove the personal politics of its staff into the faces of its readers at every possible turn, no matter how unassociated with their product or completely irrelevant it is to their audience. Thanks, Colin Moriarty. Definitely taking the right side of history. So that's the thing. Yeah, there was the little donate thing at the top. That was there too. You know, that's cool. That's cool. Oh. Is not allowed to host all facts, although the disclaimer, only game facts can be used in my facts. IGN.com is the legal host of my work. Okay. Gotcha. I see, Colin. Understand how important this is. Clearly, IGN and Game Informer editorial posted this under their editorial freedom. If these posts are gone, it is very likely means that their corporate owners stepped up across the editorial banner and forced the censorship of those humanitarian resources. So, what happened here? Basically is the staff from on high, the owners, told the rest of, well, I mean, this is us simply reading into this a little bit, but basically saying that you can't keep doing this. You no longer can have this very blatant pro-Palestinian messaging. Breaking as of 5 minutes ago. Oh shit. News breaking, 5-minute read just now. An open letter to leadership at IGN, Ziff Davis, and J2 Global. The management of J2 Global and Ziff Davis and the corporate leadership of IGN. We, the undersigned employees of IGN, are appalled by the recent management decision to subvert our editorial autonomy and remove a post directing aid to Palestinian civilians currently suffering humanitarian crisis in Gaza, the West Bank, and Jerusalem. Rise up, gamers! Rise up, gamers! Throw down the shackles of your controllers! Rise up! It is your time now! Man, we're gonna undo all the damage that Gamergate did. All of it. All of it. Gamers are now back. Oh, we're back, baby. Yes, the gamers are back. In our original post, we offered our readers a way to support charities that helped injured and sick children. Well, I don't know about that. I mean, according to a very prominent streamer on the platform, one of those charities actually was deeply involved in funding Hamas. So, anyways, and provide emergency medical relief for those wounded and displaced by the conflict. We feel these efforts should not be controversial. All humans deserve access to these basic rights, and it is important for those with means to offer aid in times of humanitarian crisis. Our original post was shared by thousands of people, and because IGN's size and reach, we were able to serve as leaders of a much-needed rest for the industry to also help support those whose lives are torn by this conflict. We were proud to be a part of a team at a site, and we were able to and willing to offer this level of visibility to such a critical humanitarian support efforts. Holy fuck, what is happening? What is going on? The world is changing. I know this is going to seem just silly to people who aren't deeply invested in gamer culture and stuff like that, but this is massively significant in the sense that, like, as I said before, this would have been beyond the pale to put that out in the first place. Second, you just do the thing where you back off quietly. You know, the Homer Simpson into the bushes. That's how this whole thing would have gone down. Before I keep reading this incredibly base statement, like, this is what ended up happening. IGN, error 404 not found. And, like, look at Link. Like, this face, this is Link reaching out to Palestinian kids and children. He's making that like, no, I want to help you. GameSpot and a couple others came out and made statements on this as well. I'm going to read the Kotaku article before this, but this is what it changed into, with no one allowed to comment, obviously. Got pretty ratioed with the quote tweets pretty quick. Across IGN, our hearts are heavy as we follow the events in Israel, Palestine, and across the region. I mean, at least they said Palestine out loud. That's the thing, right? At first, our thought was for the broader IGN community, our employees, readers, and partners, and hopes for their safety and well-being. We have a track record of supporting humanitarian efforts and charities across the globe. In the instance of our recent post regarding how to help civilians in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, our philanthropic instincts to help those in need was not in line with our intent of trying to show support for all the people impacted by the tragic events by highlighting only one population. The post mistakenly left the impression that we were politically aligned with one side. This was not our intention, and we sincerely regret the error. We do intend I don't know why that came out of my mouth. Oof, strange. We do intend to continue our platform, to use our platform and resources to aid those civilian lives impacted across the entire area. As part of this effort, we have made a donation of $25,000 to Save the Children, an organization that supports children everywhere. An organization that supports children everywhere and provides emergency aid in natural disasters, war, and other conflicts. This is as apolitical as you've always wanted, gamers. You know, like we watched the Quarterings channel. We watched Short Fat Otaku. We've seen what they say, and apparently, y'all don't want any politics in your video games. All right, you've said for a while, no more politics. We want our content to be apolitical. And in that note, we are now going to review 7 Days in Fallujah and just talk about how poggies it is to commit war crimes. Thank you for your support and for always engaging with us. Our community is a huge part of what makes IGN special. We will continue to follow global events and look for ways to lend our support in productive ways. Fast forward. Kotaku reports. Following the most recent set of violent military strikes by the Israeli Defense Forces that have leveled entire buildings in Gaza and left over 180 Palestinians dead, IGN posted an article linking to a variety of Palestinian charities and even gave a Palestinian flag prominence in its masthead sometime earlier today. All of that content, along with the tweet promoting the post, was removed with no indication as to why or why they've been republished on a later date. Are they going to talk about how IGN Israel came out against it? Nope. IGN Africa took it down? Oh, man. Well, anyways, IGN Israel came out and made a statement that was pretty damning of the whole thing. It was pretty clear where they stood on this issue. Anyways, let's finish the open letter from IGN. Finally, more than 12 hours after the issue was first flagged to the broader team in our internal Slack, our staff received a late-night email from IGN leadership, well after reasonable working hours for the IGN global team, with the same statement that was to be published publicly on IGN Twitter an account later. There was no indication of the initial email that would be serving as our official statement on the matter. While we are glad to see a sizable donation being made to save the children, we feel the decision to remove the original article and social posts as well as the subsequent statement from management is not only actively harmful to IGN's public reputation and its employees, but also highly disrespectful to much of its content's team and broader staff. What is happening? Oh my word, it is filling my heart. Hopium, everybody. The world is changing. The statement inaccurately ascribes the retraction to those across IGN rather than to members of our upper management team who made the decision, giving a public impression that the decision was made by the editorial staff. Despite this being a choice we do not make collectively and which many of us do not agree with. Following an IGN-wide meeting this morning, we have come to understand that this was a clear instance of corporate overreach and demonstrated blatant disregard for the most basic standards of journalistic integrity and editorial independence. The business business interests of the publication ownership and its editorial staff should be seen separate at all times. Yes, this is true. I was astounded that all of the, ethics in gaming journalism crowd was absolutely silenced. Like, where were they? What was with all the critics, ethics in gaming journalism.
Ceiling broken, all the oppressed groups shall prosper, especially the most oppressed group of all, gamers.
Video games are the future.
Video games are the future!
Help! He's got a gun!
That show is so problematic now. I don't know if anyone's tried rewatching it. Following an IGN-wide meeting this morning, we have come to understand that this was a clear instance of corporate overreach and demonstrated blatant disregard for the most basic standards of journalistic integrity and editorial independence. I cannot wait for Sargon of Akkad to come out and say something about this. Careful, Lance. It looks like Hamas is hiding in your keyboard. Well, why would they be hiding in my keyboard? I apparently directly fund them, We have but to talk to, Manifest Destiny about this. Importantly, we feel the latest statement dangerously turns what was a matter of supporting innocent civilians facing a humanitarian crisis into a harmful case of both-sidism. Helping children and civilians harmed by the horrors of war should be uncontroversial, no matter who the two sides are, and it is in keeping with IGN's ongoing efforts to highlight causes that are important to our team, such as supporting Black Lives Matter last year, or a more recent celebration of AAPI Heritage Month and joining the call to end AAPI hate. The victims here deserve the same support. My word. This requires battle music. We recognize the concerns expressed by upper management, but are nonetheless gravely disappointed by the lack of respect shown to our content team and broader staff in this matter, and expect our leaders to take responsibility for their decisions. We, the underside, are calling for an all-hands meeting that includes IGN upper management and anyone at the J2 Global and Ziff Davis who had a hand in the decision by the end of this week, in which we would like full transparency about the reasoning and process behind the post removal. We'd like to know the management body responsible for the decision to accept personal responsibility publicly. We have asked management to recognize IGN's editorial authority and autonomy with regards to what it publishes, regardless of whether or not the work is news, reviews, features, guides, video contents, and promotion of initiatives our staff feel are important, such as issuing awareness and charitable support. While we want to make sure all voices on the team, IGN management included, feel able to weigh in on what we say a site is and how we say it, we are adamant that corporate leadership does not get the final word in editorial decisions. My word, this is fucking base. 10 out of 10. Absolutely. Finally, we ask management to work with our staff to republish the piece. We are open to doing this through a process that incorporates management feedback and concerns about how this content is perceived, but we firmly believe that we must be allowed to advocate for humanitarian causes freely across all our channels. You know what you should fucking do? Fucking unionize, son. Take this galvanization. Take all this fury that you have now. The fact that you all feel united against your corporate masters, your corporate overlords, and now use that, collectively band together, gain strength, gain union power, gain the ability to collectively bargain against your masters. Fuck yes. Fuck yes. We are a team of creators who love what we do and take pride in our work, which was previously enjoying the support of and the freedom of unnecessary interference from our parent companies. We would like that relationship to continue and be a positive one. It is our hope that management recognizes its errors this past weekend and is willing to work with us to ensure IGN can continue to stand as a trusted publication, unconstrained by interference from corporate interests, and we're freely able to inform its audience and opportunities to support meaningful causes around the world. Sincerely, the undersigned, fucking based. Fucking based. Oh man, you love to see it. I did not think this was going to happen. I did not think that they would, like, what's cool now is you kind of get a feeling for what the timeline was. Behind the scenes, they were like outraged, justifiably so with this, and then decided to band together and put this forward in the face of like what could possibly get them fired. I mean, good thing that there's so many of them. Use this, like, please use this and unionize. This makes me incredibly happy. It's just based all around.
Hey, do you like movies? Do you like Serfs? Do you want movies and Serfs watching the movies? So then come over to the new channels. It's the Serfs Cinema. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Can you do the thing, that thumbs up and comment and all those things that help us out in the algorithm that controls every aspect of our lives? Also, if you happen to have a Facebook account, can you delete it? Like, just delete it. You should probably delete your Facebook account because it's not a great company. But hey, if you can't do that for whatever reason, I understand. And could you also go to facebook.com/thesurftimes then and give us a little like and a follow. We're just trying to push back against the fact that people like Ben Shapiro happen to dominate the platform entirely. And when everyone asks why do older generations believe the things they believe, one of the problems is the majority of them on social media use Facebook. So to counter that, we're just going to be on there too now. Also, if you happen to have a union or a worker co-op or even a leftist project, podcast, website, Zoom, MySpace, it doesn't matter. We will advertise it for free on this channel. All you got to do is go to weareserfs.com and use the forms that we got there, weareserfs.com. Thanks, everybody.
To our gods, I'm Raft and Xander Corvus. We shall build golden idols in your honor. To our monarch, Tom Spiker. Our soft, spongy flesh is yours to command. To our lords, Evan Nudie, Trevor R., Alexander Thaler, Ryan Lubin, Bisexual Black Gamer, Toe Fox, and Jeffrey Lamb, we proudly carry your sigils onto the battlefield. And to our Knights of the Round Table, Riley and Anna, Poodlehawk, Multimondi, Timothy Hart, Trevor Janis, Lemmy 101, Anthropophagic, Saren 42, Chronic to Hemphog, Callie Kotka, The Great Pudini, Von Janny, Catherine, Radical Maniac, Ramon Acosta, Encosin, J. Fraser Cartwright, Jimmy Bignuts, Violent Orchard, Sophie Baby, Political Puppy, Andreas Chiringuito, Zach Christensen, Nicholas Marks, Jopi, Josh Mickelson, Melissa Murphy, Todd Buckingham, Todd Lajeunesse, and Constance Joyce Lacheris. We tip our cap and lift our mug and salute you.